Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Back to my Under Armour Liker shorts. They're so nice, so comfortable. If you missed it on the podcast, I just tried on the pants for the suit for the I-101 wedding tonight.
And that photo is now on Q101's Facebook and Instagram page. You can see how Brian looked in those pants that he claims he's wearing to someone else's wedding tonight.
Doing it. I'm doing it. I'm so happy they fit. I don't hear a congratulations anywhere.
Well, that's a very loose definition for fit.
They fit. I've saved myself a couple $100, and there we go.
Got him.
You showed them.
Take that, corporate America. I'm not buying your pants.
By the way, Uncle Bub's Barbecue, if you're listening, I love you.
You're going to have to eat in those pants.
Yeah, bring extra.
Okay.
Because I'm taking some home.
You bring extra pants.
Listen, I'm going to be eating, and on the way home, I can unbuckle my pants in the car because I'll be alone in the car on the way
They're
home.
going to be off, and you know it.
I'm wearing just boxer briefs in the car.
You know it.
All right, it is 8 o'clock, just a few minutes after, and just a reminder, it's 7:50 on Monday, May the 4th. Kenzie's going to review Star Wars, A New Hope, the first in chronological order, or the order they came out.
And that reminder was for me, because I forgot.
You're going to tune in on Monday. You know she's going to watch Empire Strikes Back by mistake.
Kenzie, I'm going to be sure to text you what movie to watch this weekend. But 7:50, Kenzie's going to take my bit for one day. She's never seen a Star Wars movie. I've seen all of them. I love Star Wars. I get asked that a lot. Kenzie hasn't seen it. We're going to pass off the movie review to her Monday at 7:50 for May the 4th. She's doing Star Wars A New Hope.
Right. And is Princess Leia in that?
Yes, she is.
Good.
She wants to watch the Natalie Portman one real bad.
I do want to. Now, who is Natalie Portman?
Let's not get into that. We'll go to 2 weeks. Also, Ken, a case off the air when you had left, Kenzie said, which one does he say I'm your father? And I said,
spoiler alert, I do know he's the dad.
Very terrible. Okay, so let's get to, and by the way, big request in from Buffalo Grove saying that she's actually happy. This is Sonia, who said she's actually really happy you're doing Selena, unlike the blood and blowout people threatening to kill you all week for Cinco de Mayo. So thank you for checking in from Buffalo Grove, and let's get to Case's movie review.
For Christ's sake, tomorrow's the 4th of July, and we will be open for business.
What country you from? What? What ain't no country I ever heard of? They speak English and what?
Utah. Give me 2.
Do you enjoy pain?
Pain don't hurt.
Wax on, right hand. Wax off, left hand.
Now fry like bacon, you little freshman piggies. Fry! Fry!
Playing football at West Canaan may have been the opportunity of your lifetime, but I don't want your life.
Here we go for all the great people of Buffalo Grove that checked in. Selena, released March 21st, 1997, a budget of $20 million. Box office did $35.8 million. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reports that 66% of critics gave it a positive review based on 85 reviews, average score of 6 out of 10. And just a reminder, next week is Case's 100th movie review. To go back, if you're new to the show, he started doing this, 100 movies ago because he wasn't a movie guy, and I was making references a lot of time to movies he didn't understand. So now he's watched the movie once a week.
References like Anything for Salinas.
And we're going to find out if he uses that as one of his clips. Anything for Salinas. So the 100th movie, which is up for debate, by the way, and we'll get to that later.
We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, what you're going to do next week for the 100th movie. But let's start how we always do with the trailer, and this is how Selena was advertised back in 1997.
Warner Brothers proudly presents a story that will move you.
I'm not gonna have this in my family.
I love him, and he loves me too.
Shock you.
Selena, we got a problem. It's Yolanda.
I would never take anything from Selena.
And touch you in a way you will always remember. Selena, rated PG.
'Cause I'm dreaming.
Kenzie's been waiting for this movie since we started doing this movie review thing. She's dancing right now.
It's so good.
Before we even get into it, do people say you look like Selena a lot?
I do get that a decent amount.
Because you do. I mean, you have resemblance to her. So
thank you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. I didn't know I was giving a compliment. Cool.
What? Did you mean like I'm ugly? What do you mean you didn't know it was going to be a compliment?
You never know how you take that with women when you say you look like this person. They're like, oh.
But I think she's considered a pretty person.
She was beautiful.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, there you go.
But
so that's what I did.
But you're also kind of crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You didn't tell me I look like... Mira, you didn't tell me I looked like Yolanda. Then I'd be pissed.
Yeah, you look like Yolanda.
Then I'd kill you.
All right, so Case, you finally watched Selena. I have a feeling you were dreading watching Selena, so I'm curious.
I
how
wasn't
you...
dreading watching Selena. That makes me sound racist.
No.
Okay, let's not be disrespectful.
No, that's not disrespectful. It's just like I would think that you would see this movie and think it's not your type
But
of
it's
thing.
music.
It is music.
He loves music.
I love music.
Famously.
You're right. Thank you, Kenzie.
You're welcome.
It is music. I will say this. I did not know anything about Selena before I watched this movie. Respect her. I know Kenzie loves her. Not typically the ballpark of music in which I operate in. I have a gravitational pull towards sad white guys, Morrissey, Michael Stipe, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, Case doesn't
But
go
they
to...
did play a lot of small venues. Y los niños, okay, that's like your thing.
They did play a lot of small venues. You're right.
Case on the weekends does not go out to Tejano festivals on the weekend to watch the music.
I'm trying to listen to New Order alone in my apartment. That is a good weekend for me.
Tejano music is fun.
Turns out, and by the way, let's start with this. A shout out to all the Hispanics out there. I love you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. Every Thursday night on Instagram, and we've done this for every movie we've ever done, I post the same Instagram story on my Instagram account, which is @_CaseLow, CaseLowe. I take the movie poster for the movie that I'm watching. I say, I watched blank for the first time, review tomorrow at 8. I tag Q101. I decided to have a little bit of fun last night. Step out of my comfort zone. And as I typed up that Instagram story, I said, y'all mind if a white boy speaks a little Espanol? Watch Selena for the first time, review tomorrow at 8. Turns out I spelled Selena's name wrong when I typed that out.
Oh my God. I've been meaning to tell you that in your show prep.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, stop using an I.
Yeah.
But one day you used an E when I was like, okay, perfect.
Yep. So I posted that and then was immediately informed by our very large Hispanic listening base that I did spell her name wrong. I do apologize for that. That was not an intentional microaggression. My bad. Love what you guys are doing. And Selena, on the whole, what an enjoyable movie this was.
Oh, good.
I think whereas with Purple Rain, which we did a few weeks ago to honor the 10th anniversary of Prince's passing, Purple Rain, scene to scene, no idea what was going on. No idea where that movie was going chronologically. I wasn't sure if it was real, if it was fiction. I didn't know what Prince was going to do. I didn't know if people were going to be wearing clothes. I didn't know where the motorcycle was going. Selena luckily tells a pretty basic story from start to finish about her father, Abraham, who played in a Tejano band. He was subjected to a bunch of gross racism, which was a bummer. I hate when that happens. He gets away from the music industry as he has kids and grows up. He finds out that his daughter, Selena, has this incredible musical ability. And so all of a sudden, he's into starting a family band. And he finds his love for music again. He gets Selena on stage. He opens up a Mexican restaurant basically for the sole purpose of finding a venue for his children to play.
That's a real one, Dad. That's a real one.
That is such a real one. I love the scene. I love how excited he comes across when he brings home the van full of instruments, and they're all secondhand. He's like, the wife is yelling at him because the wife's not any fun. The wife's yelling at him. He's like, no, these are secondhand instruments. They hardly cost me anything. We're going to start a band with the kids. The kids are going to practice. It's going to be so great. And that levels up to, hey, I'm actually going to open up a restaurant with a stage in it, and our kids are going to constantly be playing at this Mexican restaurant. It's a comforting thing in the same way, and I hope you guys know what I mean by this. When you go to a Chinese restaurant and you see like a kid who's clearly too young to work there reading in the corner, he's got like a giant stack of books with him because his parents run the restaurant. I know I'm in good hands when there's a Chinese restaurant like that. I walk into a Mexican restaurant, I see a family band playing, I'm going to order double. That's what I like to say.
When Selena comes on, I always watch a little bit of it. And when it comes to the restaurant scene, I can't tell you how many times I fantasized about eating in that restaurant.
Yeah, I know, right?
I wanted to eat in that
That's
restaurant.
one of the things of this movie is like, God, I want to try their Mexican food.
God, the beans and rice looked great out of the kitchen. When he's screaming at him, by the way.
Yes.
He's screaming at his son. The dad, not much of a talker, more of a yeller.
Well, he's got to get his point across.
That's right.
He's got to get his point across. Now, we're up against it right now. We've got to give away that Young the Giant VIP experience.
Let's do that.
I have a lot of thoughts on Selena. We're going to hear the legendary audio clip, anything for Selena's at some point.
Good.
A lot coming up. I have a lot more thoughts on this movie.
So let's do this real quick. Young the Giant, a VIP experience, August 7th. They're playing Northerly, Iowa. The new album drops today, Victory Garden. So your tickets include the Victory Garden VIP experience, which is a private acoustic performance, the Q&A before the show with the band, early entry to the venue, autographed merch, all from our great friends at Concord Label Group. You get a vinyl copy of Victory Garden, which again, from Young the Giant, drops today. So call now, 312-967-8300, 967-8300, our new number. Call for that prize, which is tremendous. We'll come back and we'll finish up and really get into the review of Selena.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
My name is David Goss, and I'm joined by my co-host Megan Klingenberg.
And now we're giving people an inside look at the World Cup.
Time's ticking. I think you can feel the intensity. All the guys are wanting to really stake their claim, and they want to be on that World Cup roster. There's no doubt about it.
Hosting the World Cup on home soil comes with its pressures, but we're just really excited, just as the people are.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henco. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
All right, got our Young the Giant VIP experience winner as we get back to Case's movie review of Selena. We barely got started here because there's a lot going on here in the last half hour.
Brian had to try on a pair of pants before we could do my review.
We were slammed.
Such a busy show. But now, what we know so far is that you love the movie so far. Maybe love's too strong, but you really enjoyed the movie. Very enjoyable movie.
As I said, I really didn't know anything about Selena before watching this movie, so I was happy to do it for Cinco de Mayo this year just to try to broaden my horizons, learn a little bit about a culture that I'm not typically a part of. And through the early stages of the movie, I really liked the way that young Selena was portrayed, and I really liked the way that the family was portrayed. I thought that entire dynamic was super interesting. I love that the dad opens up a Mexican restaurant with the sole excuse of it being a venue that his kids could play at. Restaurant closed due to Reaganomics. I'll leave that there. Don't need a Breakfast Club repeat where we complain about Ronald Reagan the entire time.
That was so funny when they worked that in, though.
Yeah, it's great.
Reaganomics, it's hurting everybody.
That's what I've been saying.
I don't know. I like a fajita anytime.
No matter who's president, a fajita always sounds good.
I think Mexican restaurants are non-denominational.
If that's not somebody's takeaway for today, no matter who the president is, a fajita always sounds good. That is such wise words from a wise man.
I will say,
but not every president deserves a fajita.
I don't want to jump too far ahead in your review, but somebody, unless you mentioned this, but
please go ahead.
Laurel, the Star Wars guy in the text line who was Hispanic, said there's a line in Selena said by her dad, "We're too American to be Mexican, and we're too Mexican to be American." He said that line resonated with him deeply growing up.
There's really deep stuff in this movie. Last year we did La Bamba for this very holiday, and I would not say that La Bamba necessarily dives into racial politics or anything like that, but I think Selena does a really interesting job of doing that, of specifically a Mexican-American portrayal, because when she goes and tours Mexico, they're worried that her Spanish isn't going to be good enough, and as a result, the press will eat her alive. And I find that dynamic to be really interesting. And then also you have the fact that she's a woman, and after she plays at one of the county fairs, the dad is expecting more money from the promoter, and the promoter, evil man, goes, she's just a woman.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, well, that's awesome.
And also Hispanic guy saying that to him.
I know. That sucks.
He was, come on, Abraham. She's just a woman.
What I'm learning is that Selena line by line.
I've seen this. I really have.
I thought Kenzie would know it line by line. You know it line by line.
I don't need to.
I'm sorry, Kenzie. I don't mean to be.
No, go ahead.
This is your movie. But
you're fine.
I have seen it. I didn't realize how much I can quote this movie.
Yeah, I'm a little taken aback by it, quite honestly. We were talking during the commercial break about how I thought the dad was excellent in this movie. The guy that plays Abraham is such a tremendous actor, whereas, I think Jennifer Lopez is... I should know, by the way, Jennifer Lopez plays Selena, which I did not know until I was about halfway through the movie.
You didn't know that?
No, I know nothing about Jennifer Lopez.
What?
And she killed it in this movie. Like, I don't know.
She's there.
I mean, you didn't know much about her then as an actress at that point. So I thought...
There's a lot of arguments that if Selena lived, J-Lo would not have the career she had. Because one, she probably wouldn't have played her in this movie. And two, Selena would have been... like the star.
Yeah, there would have been no need for the market correction of Jennifer Lopez. Yeah.
Right.
This made her
a
no
tragedy.
question. This put her on the map besides being a fly girl on In Living Color.
Oh, of course.
That's what she was before this.
Do you want to do a biography on Jennifer Lopez real quick?
I
can't even get going down that road right now. I'm going to be honest.
Stay focused.
So we were talking during the commercial break about how it's so funny how the dad in every scene is yelling. There's never really
my childhood.
There's never really a calm scene with the dad. And I don't know why I found this to be so funny. Maybe you'll see the humor in it as well. But she performs at a county fair, and she's wearing the signature sort of sequined bra for the first time. And he is fuming over this. He's so angry about this bra. And on her tour bus, he confronts her and the entire family about it. And while it's a serious scene, and while I understand the point that he's trying to make, I found this entire thing to be so incredibly funny.
What are you doing walking around wearing something like that?
Come on, Dad. She looked great.
You stay out of this, Suzette.
Yeah, it's just a bustier. It's a cool thing.
It's a bra. It's a bra with little sprinkly things on it. Listen, you cannot go out there wearing stuff like that. It's indecent.
Hey, Abraham, it's okay. She looks so good. And the crowd, they loved it.
You shut up.
You shut
She's
up.
not your daughter.
Dad, you don't understand. Look, all the singers are doing it. It's a style.
They're wearing bras.
Yes, Madonna, Janet Jackson, Paula Abdul. Mom, would you tell him, please? You help me make it.
You helped her make it?
We did sew the jewels on together, Abraham.
That guy in the band should have shut his mouth. He should not have said, like, she looks so good. The crowd
If
loves
I
it.
were the mom, I'd be like, why would you do that to me?
Yeah, the freaking keyboard player goes like, hey, she looks so good. The crowd loved it. Yeah, she's topless.
I loved it.
That guy should have known better.
I know that the famous line from this movie is anything for Selena's, but really the famous line from this movie should be, it's a bra. I want to figure out a way to incorporate that into my daily life more.
With little sprinkly things.
I like
I love when he starts driving the bus. He can't say it. He goes like a boosty caca. What the hell that thing is. He can't even say it. It's like, guys, Edward James Olmos, by the way, legendary Hispanic actor.
Absolutely fantastic. The other line that, of course, we have to address, and this is one of the things that 99 movies ago, this is why we started doing this every Friday at 8, is because Brian would make all these movie references that I wouldn't understand. One of his go-tos on the greatest hits album of Brian impressions
Oh boy, here it
is him saying anything for Selena's. I finally have context for this scene. I never in a million years would have guessed that this line comes from the tour bus being stuck on the side of the road and two, I'll say, on-the-nose Hispanic caricatures in their lowrider pull over on the side of the road, and they try to tow a tour bus with their lowrider out of a ditch. It doesn't work. The bumper breaks off of their car, and this is where we get the line, anything for Selena's.
This bumper's gonna go on the wall of my garage, carnal. I'm gonna put a little sign under it. It's gonna say, this bumper was pulled off by the bus of Selena's. ¿Verdad? I mean, anything for Selena's.
Oh, God, it's a classic. I mean, anything for
Anything for
Salinas.
Salinas.
Anything for Salinas.
And the great staying power is later they have to call the dad to tell them about the incident, and they talk about like, oh no, the guy was so excited that we were on Selena's tour bus, and then the brother does the line too, and that's when he really dials it up to 11, and he goes, yeah, it was weird. He went, anything for Salinas. And he kept on saying Salinas, not Selena. It was weird. Like, that whole thing is very interesting to me because they're Mexican-American. Their Spanish verbiage is a little bit different.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad we finally got to that. That was so... Anything for Salinas. I probably say this every 3 weeks, at least off the air, too.
We're
I
doing
was going to say hours, every 3 hours.
We've been doing the show for such a long time together. I'm glad we could finally get to anything for Salinas for you.
We can stop the show now. It's over. We don't need to do it again.
We're done after
It's
today.
kind of the grand finale.
Oh, man.
The other thing that we have to talk about real quick before we put a bow on this review is the romance storyline with Chris in this movie.
Woo!
You're a fan?
I'm so tense because I'm like, the dad's going to murder them. And it like puts me, I'm so uncomfortable with it because like they're so close and the sneaking around and it just makes me so uncomfortable.
I really, really like the way that this romance is portrayed. I love when he gets his hair cut and she looks at him and you can see that they just get lost in each other's eyes immediately. I love the slow burn. I think the scene where they first kiss is so romantic and so well done. And there's that scene where Chris is talking to one of the other members of the band and he says it in a very boyish way. It's not very poetic in the way that he says it, but there's a lot of love behind it where he goes, I mean, she just makes me feel different. And that is the same tone and the same energy as in Heat when Val Kilmer's talking about his wife. And he goes, for me, the sun rises and sets with her. In a way, one of the most romantic things I've ever heard.
It's great. And if I can jump in too,
Please.
John Cena, the actress.
Not John Cena.
No, not John Cena. John Cena, he was in Chicago PD as Antonio Dawson. He didn't live that far from me. I looked up his house because I love him so much.
What?
And I used to drive by his house because I wanted to be his friend in real life so bad, that actor. And he left the show, and Chicago PD has gone downhill since he left the show. It's terrible that he left the show.
He was on PD?
He was on Chicago PD.
Oh, and you don't like it because the cops are all woke now, right?
Yeah, and he was actually, believe it or not.
Was that the Voight one?
Yeah, so Voight is the well, now he's woke. But
what is he wearing, like a body camera?
But John Cena was the barometer. He was the good cop.
Okay.
And he was the guy that would, but he would also.
And John Voight was the bad cop? No way.
But John Cena would do bad things kind of because he John Voight was around him, he influenced him. Anyway, tremendous actor. And if I can go a little further, he plays Chris Perez, who is Selena's widow. I played the Chris Perez project on Q101 probably 25 years ago in the Sludge days because he made a rock album that was really good.
Oh, interesting.
Really,
he's very talented.
He's so talented. He plays, Tejano music and all different kinds, but he made kind of an alternative rock song, and it was one of the most requested songs on Q101. I'm looking at probably like late, 99 or 2001, I think, somewhere in that range. And it was tremendous. He's a tremendous musician.
I really like the romance in this movie. Of course, it ends with a tragic ending. The first time Yolanda got introduced, I gasped because that was the one thing I knew about Selena was that she was murdered by a woman named Yolanda.
I was going to say, I was hoping you didn't know that.
It's the one thing that I know was that I know. So, sorry.
Because if you don't know and you're just watching this movie, very shocking.
Very shocking. I think... I really like this movie. I really like the tone of this movie. I think they do a good job of changing stakes and sort of hitting on these really big themes and driving those things home throughout the movie. I do find the ending of it to be maybe a little goofy in the way that it's edited. I would have liked them to take a different, I was going to say stab, but I'll say crack, a different crack at the editing of the eventual death and sort of the farewell of her. I don't love the way that came across. It came across maybe a little bit too Hallmark Channel to me. It just didn't seem like it fit the tone of the rest of the movie. But it does, make us sit and reflect on a life that was lost way too young over something really senseless. And it's just such an awful thing. So, Selena...
And I will
Go
say,
ahead.
just so you know, the family who obviously runs her name, estate, everything, they are incredibly particular about how things are portrayed and done. They do not sometimes people pass away and family will hand out licensing left and right to make money. They don't. It's notoriously incredibly difficult because they're very protective. So I could see them being like, things need to be portrayed a certain way in this movie, even if a director wouldn't have done it that way. So in order to even get the rights to make this movie, you're gonna have to do what the family ultimately wants.
Interesting.
And I'll also put a point on it too. You got to remember, this movie came out, I think, 2 or 3 years after she was murdered. So the tribute at the end kind of deal, which was a lot, but it was huge. People were still devastated over her death, and still are today. I mean, but back then it was so fresh still.
Yeah,
I think it was kind of a tribute to her.
Yes.
So yeah,
Selena, great movie. Shout out to the Hispanic community. Shout out Cinco de Mayo. I look forward to celebrating with a cheese quesadilla later next week. I'm sure
sour cream.
A little spicy, but it's. I'll be sure to have the cheese quesadilla. This movie's great. I really enjoyed this again, even if I didn't love the ending just because of the way it was edited, really more so than anything. I think it's a funny movie. I think it's a poignant movie. I think everybody should take some time, in all seriousness, take some time with a culture that maybe isn't yours and learn a little something over the weekend. I think that would be a great thing for a lot of people to do. I have to rate this movie out of bustiers. It would only be appropriate. I
thought you were going to do White Roses, but okay.
Bustiers is the theme, and it is a very, very strong and a well worth recommended 7.5 bustiers out of 10. A great movie. If you haven't seen it, go spend some time with it this weekend.
Busti caca with that thing.
It's a bra!
Okay, I got to finish with this text here, too. This came in. Mark checked in from Midway. He said, absolutely love this segment. I'm laughing so hard I'm crying. I love this movie as a Hispanic guy. I have seen the Anything for Selena's actor guy on TikTok recently. He said the dude has aged pretty well.
I love to hear that. Let's go out with that clip one more time.
Oh, so good.
This bumper's gonna go on the wall of my garage, carnal. I'm gonna put a little sign under it. It's gonna say, this bumper was pulled off by the bus of Selena's. I mean, anything for Selena's.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning, and Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Hey, I'm Chris Van Vliet. Go behind the scenes and beyond the headlines with the biggest names in pro wrestling and beyond.
You could pop up in WWE tomorrow. Would Saraya be there or would Paige be there?
Paige, 100%.
So when you're setting up Logan Paul to frog splash you through the announce table, it's going through your mind.
This should make every headline in the world.
It makes sense, right? And jelly roll.
We knew we had that kind of a moment.
Mindset, motivation, and what it takes to succeed. Insight with Chris Van Vliet. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The Hammer Alley Podcast, an 80s flashback mockumentary.
Back in the 80s, there were 1,000 bands trying to make it in the world of rock, but there was one band that had it all, Hammer Alley.
Whatever happened to Hammer Alley?
How did they go from top of the rock?
I'm looking for a music video. They're a band from 1987, Hammer Alley. Ever heard of them?
To rock bottom.
Dude, I was born in 1987.
Oh.
I can't believe he's doing this.
Hammer Alley.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.